I am your host, Siddharth, and I welcome you all to the biggest Indian youth talk show, Yuvamanch, the inspiring stories of Indian youth. Yuvamanch is a captivating online talk show presented by the Upskilling Panda and the publishing partner, Samachar Just Click, and the media partner, Samachar Just Click, and the publishing partner, the Dawn Publishers. The ambitious idea of Yuvamanch is to inspire and motivating young individuals by featuring their stories of success in the field of entrepreneurship, education and research, art and culture, sports, yoga, and social services. I welcome you all again to the episode 3 of Indian Youth Talk Show, Yuvamanch. Now it's my distinct honor to introduce to you our esteemed talk show speaker who has more than a decade of experience in nurturing skill, talent, and individual. And she stands as a core member of thriving business group, uniting over 700 entrepreneurs across India. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to giving a warm welcome to today's guest, Kirtie S Bajaj. Kirtie S Bajaj is the founder of Flamingo Learnings and a distinguished soft skill facili-trainer with over more than a decade of experience. Kirti holds 6 impressive certifications, including voice and accent, train the trainer, facilitation skills, mind mapping, and attesting to her mastery in critical areas of soft skills development. He has played a pivotal role in transforming more than 12 engineering colleges and numerous IT and manufacturing companies across Pune, Nashik, Nagpur, and other part of India. It stands as a core member of Thriving Business Group, uniting over 700 entrepreneurs very short span of time. Our ambitious mission is to serve as the ultimate destination for all non-technical training requirements and ensuring to bring the talent pool for our own country for various engagement model. I welcome you, Kirti, for this episode 3 of Yuvamanch. All right,
Thank you
Kirti.
so much, sir.
So let's begin with the question. Let the audience and the whole world come to know about you and your success journey. Tell us something more about where you are from and how was your journey during your MBA days in Bangalore.
Right. So, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to this beautiful platform. And I right now reside in Pune. However, I have completed my MBA in Bangalore with you and in IIBS. So, my journey has been quite, there was a lot of learning there. So, MBA gave me a chance to explore the world because till before that I was with my parents in Kolkata and learning things within the shell. But when I came to Bangalore, it gave me life experiences, which gave me a lot of chance to explore new things, be independent, and in true terms. So right from managing college to so like just like a hostelite bee, my life was beautiful, and thankfully I had professors like you, Narayan sir, and Ramdas sir, and Vishwas sir to help us grow and look into the real what can I say, the real challenges of life. And you all have helped me tremendously in overcoming everything. So yeah, a big thank you
Yes,
to you
sir.
all.
That's good to know about. So, very often, we come across the beginner. I mean, those who are doing either a management or any professional courses. They're part of different place of India and they come to different place to study. And there are common challenges we have noticed, and perhaps you do agree with us that, the communication, how do they present themselves? That's why somebody rightly said that if you don't believe in you, the whole world will not believe in you. So can
True.
you share some of your thoughts in the beginning? How was your transaction from a Kolkata to Bangalore? Then your journey begins. If you share, that's, wonderful. Yes, over to you.
So, in Kolkata, as I already mentioned, that I was with my family, I was with my parents, so I didn't have to look into the everyday chores and everything. So till then, I was the pari of the house. But then there came a chance to explore a new world. That is, I came to Bangalore, and everything began from scratch. I got to learn that it's not just going to college and coming from there and having a good meal would suffice my entire journey. The life actually began independent from there. I started learning how to be on my own in true terms, as I mentioned earlier as well, right from managing the hostel, hostel stay and going to colleges, managing everything self. Uh, and then I also shifted to my own flat after a year of hostel life. So there I also learned we have to actually go ahead and pay the electric bills and do all these chores every day, every month. And that is when it clicked that it is not as easy as we were with our when we were with our parents. Side by side, I so when life learnings were happening at the same time in the MBA course, I learned a lot of practical lessons. I still remember me and my friend Suchandni Verma. We always used to repeat one dialogue from Ramdas sir, and he always used to say this that whatever crisis you face, try and utilize the resources, whatever is available with you. And this has stuck with me forever, and I'm sure all my colleagues would also agree that he has really taught us to optimize our resources. So, thankfully, I do not have any regrets in life because I have learned in my MBA course to optimize the resources that I already had. And that was a life lesson that has really helped me change my entire world and my perspective towards life.
That's good. It's very important. How do you look at the problem, right? That the mindset
Right,
becomes different. Great, great.
right.
So, tell us something, more about your. I do believe that you are engaging in many other, L&D activities across India, and you've been,
Right.
doing wonderful in your, profession. You are, in fact, a source of inspiration to many young generation and frontline, working professional. Who is your inspiration?
Very interesting question, sir. So I have seen when this question is asked, people call out big personalities' names, but I'm a little different here in particular because I get inspired by people around me, and that is what shapes me to the person I am. So if you talk about my values and principles, my father inspired me there. If you talk about working in team during my MBAs, you Narayan sir has really inspired me. Then when I go to my first company, my CEO, Mr. Pradeep and Mrs. Rachna has really inspired me. Then came to my second company where Mohan sir inspired me. So I won't say that any one particular personality who has been very well known in the globally, but then people who could move my life has really inspired. Now today, I am doing mentorship with my mentor, and my mentor inspires me. In fact, my mentors, mentees inspire me to a great extent. So I get inspired by anything that I believe really works well, and I inculcate that. So inspiration for me drives me to become what I am.
That's great. That's great. That's why always we believe that it's the people who, move forward with you, right? That's
Yeah.
good to know about it. So now, tell us something more, because the audience I'm sure that they're curious to know about your early journey. Like, you finish your MBA, then you get into corporate, and then you get into an entrepreneur. What drives you to be an entrepreneur?
Right. So after my MBA, came the chance to get into corporate life. One thing I was sure of is I wanted to get into training somehow, because teaching has been my forte since childhood. I have been helping my juniors, my colleagues, and everybody. So, and of course, I still remember during our MBA days, there was one faculty who had come, and he really moved me. He really inspired me. He was a soft skills trainer then. Uh, so that is the time I thought that this is what I want to be. Okay. And so I started focusing on the training journey.
Great,
Now,
great.
after my MBA, I got a chance. Like, I have been very fortunate enough to get the right thing at the right time. So I got a chance to work as a training coordinator in two different companies for 3 years. Post that, my wedding happened, and I moved to Maharashtra. That was the time, the very last day of my work. I asked my manager that, do you see a potential in me of being a trainer myself? And she gave me a go ahead. And that boosted my confidence. And that she inspired me then and there. So after coming to Pune, I started hunting for training assignments as a freelancer. I worked on and off as a trainer. And because of my family life, I always gave importance to my family life. It was an arranged marriage. I had to give a lot of time to understand the culture, although it was the same community, but then the entire culture differs from state to state. So and I loved that. So everything happened in my life by choice. Nothing is by force. So then after my first break of pregnancy, and then second break and all that, I kept on doing one thing, which is upgrading myself. So I did the certifications that you mentioned in the introduction as well. And I kept on upgrading myself through these certifications. Now, during lockdown, that was a time when work was not, uh, so I wasn't getting work via vendors, but I had this course named Spoken English, which I started myself, and I pulled in a lot of ladies. I moved, I tried to pitch in there, and it worked very well. So couple of batches I did there. So I thought, why not create something of our own? And I have a support of my community. I know so many people from our community who are well established, and they would definitely help me in my journey. So started with this name Flamingo Learnings, and since I started training, my forte has been these topics like communication skills and soft skills around it. So time management, personality development, and all of those. So that became my forte, and
Great.
that's
That's a
how Flamingo Learnings took birth.
Okay, okay. How this name came to your mind? Is there any significance to you?
Uh, I wanted to stick to something relating to training, but a little hatke, a little differently.
Okay,
So I wanted to resonate it with something. So
okay,
Flamingo worked and clicked very well with me, and one of my community friend, Navneet Ji Mandhane, helped me get there. So yeah, uh, Flamingo Learnings.
great. I mean,
It, it,
what are the
it,
offering? What are the offering of your, organization for the people like students or organization? If you can share some of your thoughts, what are your offerings through your
right.
organization?
Right. So, as I said, we are into soft skills trainings. Now, in soft skills, there are hundreds of topics. So amongst that, my forte particularly includes communication skills, time management, personality development, and under this every subtopic. Like if you talk about communication skills, I do presentation skills, email etiquette. If you talk about personality development, I do confidence building, positive attitude, handling emotions. And so subtopics, yes, I cover almost everything around these three topics. Then I have done a lot of colleges, so I do a lot of campus to corporate or office etiquette for that matter. And I got a chance to explore the topic interviewing skills. So we have a lot of courses for participants who want to face interview. But what about the people who are actually interviewing these candidates? Are they well groomed? So, I got a chance to explore this topic. So, I named it as interviewing skills, wherein interviewers are trained. And apart from this, I am dual certified for POSH, which is prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. So, I offer POSH awareness programs to corporates.
Oh,
So,
that's
these are my
wonderful.
major offerings.
Yeah, but what are the industry you're catering to?
Majorly manufacturing and IT industries. But
Okay.
apart from that, I have also worked in Columbia Asia Hospital, so hospitality sector, real estate. So majorly, but if you give me a top three list, then it will be real estate. Sorry, manufacturing industry, IT industry, and real estate.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I mean, those who are job seekers, what kind of one or two major which is very essential for them to fit into a job. So, with your own experience and your exposure to that, what are the few suggestions you'd like to give it to job seekers when they present themselves in an interview?
Uh, While you were asking this question, I started thinking. So the very first thing which hit my mind was be genuine, be authentic. If you are you, there is nothing which can stop you. If you try to fake in any format, like if you're faking the communication skills, if you're faking your genuinity or anything, it won't work in your favor. So what works is genuinity. And number two, be confident. You have come till here because you have something in you. Believe in that particular quality of yours and tell yourself that it's just a conversation between you and the interviewer, and take it as a conversation, not as an evaluation per se. So that will be my major thing. And of
Okay.
course, wear your smile.
Okay, that's good. Smile. Absolutely, you're true. That because smile makes people well connected. Right? That's
Yeah.
great. So let's talk more about the perspective of soft skill. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not only for the working professional as an individual. How do you lead a life? And life is not easy. There are a lot of struggle you will face. A lot of people will beat bite, and a lot of things happens, which is not a good sign for as individual to grow in that circumstances. How as an individual should act to the different circumstances?
So I'll just restate the question you mentioned. You're talking about the challenges that one would face and how to overcome it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So for me, what works is I probably have not seen any failure as failure at all. So if someone comes and tells me, asks me, what are the challenges that you faced? For me, everything has been a learning journey. So, having said that, if there were any challenges that came into my way, and there has been many, to be very honest, in various phases of my life, there has been challenges. Like when I was student, there was a different level of challenge. When I was an employee, there was a different level of challenge. When I got married, I was uh, uh, daughter-in-law, I was a wife, I'm a mother. Everywhere I have a challenge. Similarly, as a trainer, I have a challenge. I am a member of BNI, so when I became a president there, as a president, I faced challenges. But then the beauty was life showed me the other way of the coin, or other side of the coin, where these became my learning journey. Although at that point in time I might have responded it in a different way, but then all of these learnings have made me what I am today. So, and that is what is experience, right? So, why do one prefer someone with more experiences? Because you face these challenges and you've overcome all of these. And that is what has happened with me as well. So, for the youth, I would say challenges is bound to occur. Take it take it as a learning phase and just move on. See how you can solve it instead of focusing on the challenge. Just look at the solution part of it, detach yourself from it, and see how you can solve the challenge, and you will be good.
That's good. I mean, your thoughts connect me to a beautiful quote by somebody. There is no unresourceful people in the world. There is only
Absolutely.
unresourceful state of mind. Right? That's true, and
Absolutely.
that's why
Absolutely.
success is important. But success never taught you so much things. But the journey help you to understand. It help you to
True.
discover real in you. Right? That's so good to know about that. All right. So let's talking about in research point of view, talking about the data point says that rural India spoken English is always a challenge for the folks. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's say if I'm from a village, I may not able to get kind of a technique, tips, or mentoring, right? But
Mm-hmm.
today, so fortunate because of technology, they can avail all the services, right? But then, what are your thoughts? I mean, how as a person who is in rural India, struggling to speak English, right? How they can work on it at the early stage to build confidence on themselves to speak English fluently. Yes, over to you now.
Right. Thank you. That's an interesting question indeed. So, not only English, when I get participants, the very first day I tell them that any language for that matter, like, whatever language we speak, like we have learnt our own regional languages. For me, it is Hindi, Marwadi, whatever. If we look at how we developed our skills, there were four stages. Number one, we started with listening. We started listening to the language. We started inculcating that into our daily life. After that, so look at a baby who's newborn, okay, and he knows nothing about languages till now. Okay, so he starts listening to the words. Okay, so listening becomes the first phase for developing any skills. Like even when I was in Karnataka, Kannada, how I learned was by listening and then practicing. And when I came to Maharashtra, I had to learn Marathi because that is the native language. So I listened to these words for 10 years. And just from last, say, around 6, 8 months, I started speaking it. People do laugh at you. They will laugh at you if they know it better, which is okay, which is telling you that today let them laugh, but tomorrow, when you master the language, then people will support you as well. So there are a lot of people around you who criticize you. Do not focus on them. Just focus on enhancing your stuff. So listening becomes first, then becomes speaking. So once you create an environment of listening, listening can come from anywhere, sir. It can come from listening to audios, podcasts. Now technologies is I mean, there's no limit to it. You can have a buddy. There are forums where you can create buddies for listening and speaking. After that comes reading and writing. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. Good piece of input to the viewers. Now, as an individual, every day is not going to be a good day, and I'm sure
Mhm.
that from MBA, then to job, and that to family, and that to your own organization, right? What has been your biggest failure, and how did you overcome those failures?
Biggest failure.
Yeah,
Hmm. As I said, I don't see things as failure or challenges. But yeah, one training per se was I felt it was a failure because the client told me that these participants are absolute freshers. Okay, and and the topic was cultural sensitization. So I went in this forum, and I realized that there are veterans sitting there, There are people who have been traveling all abroad since last minimum 7 8 years. Okay, and I had prepared my topic very basic. I was literally in soup. I was like, what should I do now? Because I have done basics. I've prepared myself for basics. What do I do? So I was honest. I was very genuine. I told the participants that this is what has happened, and let's just discuss. So we did exchange a lot of ideas from where a lot of learnings happened. And then I didn't know facilitation as I know now. Had I knew facilitation, probably it would have been a little more beautiful. But yes, I my genuinity saved me, to be very honest. So challenges, and from that time, I'm very sure that I ensure that I understand the requirement in and out before getting into my sessions. So yeah, that was one of the challenges that I really faced hard.
That's good. And that's good that you are genuine on that condition. That's very important. Right? That's great. Great. So, well, Kirti, that's good to know your journey and how you have started your MBA, then getting into job, family, and the work, right? And then now the term is, what is your final thoughts you would like to share with our listener?
Um, Again, live life king size. Uh, Believe what you've got is because you've done all the hard work to be there. Value it, whatever you have, and build yourself towards the betterment. That's it. I think
Great.
that'll be the message.
Okay, okay. And let's getting into if any questions by any of the viewers, let's understand. Just allow me to check.
Sure.
Yeah, there is one question from seems to be MBA Fraser. Ma'am, can you help us to understand how you picked out to speak well?
Okay. So in my school days, the school which I was going to, it was in Kolkata, and our principal had made it compulsory to speak in English, right? And I'll talk only about English speaking skills for now. And I was actually called the Hitler of the class because I'm very principally driven person. So if it has to be a straight line, it has to be a straight line. It cannot be a curve. But now facilitation has changed me. That's a different story altogether. But yeah, so I challenged myself to be in that rule compact. So I practice speaking in English. I practice talking to people. I practice the art of speaking. I won't say I'm the best, but I am at least better than what I was earlier. And experience teaches you, just don't give up. Okay, don't, and forget about giving up. Don't stop. Just start. Initiate from anywhere. You will reach at least wherever you are. If you start here, and you just start after five, sometime 5 months or so, you will improve automatically. So starting is the key. You just need to begin, and things will fall in place.
Great, great. And there's another question. You have a family and training assignments. You need to travel a lot. So how do you manage your work-life balance?
Interesting. The entire 100% credit goes to my husband. He's always there. In fact, right now, when I'm in a live session on a Sunday, my husband is taking care of both my kids. And that is where I'm here, very peacefully attending this. I'm sure he must be watching it also from somewhere. But yeah, uh, it's easy when your life partner is supporting. So credit goes there, 100%.
Great, great. And then there is seems to be one more last question. Ma'am, can you help us to understand if I intend to build my career into soft skill training? What are the essential certification can add value to my profession?
Before answering that question, you must evaluate what exactly you want to do in soft skills. You know, what topics you're comfortable with. So set your goals right and work towards excelling it. So to talk about me, I have done train the trainer from British Connections. I think Sulabha ma'am is not taking any more sessions, but I'm not very sure. You can look up to British Connections online and check if she's taking up. She's the best as train the trainer. And then if you want to learn facilitation, none other than folks School of Facilitation. So Ganesh Dalvi and Sapna Jain are the two people behind it. So these are the two recommendations from me. Go ahead, upskill yourself, and be there.
That's great. That's great. That's so wonderful to know about your journey, Kirti. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed talk show guest, Kirti S Bajaj, for sharing her words of wisdom, insightful experience, and successful journey as an entrepreneur. It's truly an inspiring journey to all of us, and trust such inspiring journey of you will encourage aspiring entrepreneur and perhaps the youth of our country. Thank you so much, Kirti, for giving your valuable time and insights to this Youth Talk Show episode 3. And also, I would like to thank each and everyone who are present over here virtually and making this episode 3 of Yuvamanch such a memorable one today. And special thanks to our media partner, Samachar Just Click, and the publishing partner, the Dawn Publishers, for their continuous encouragement and support for this episode 3. And then, very importantly, see you again with another inspiring young entrepreneur journey in another episode very shortly. Till then, thank you so much once again for joining this episode 3. Goodbye. Jai Hind.